A 2-year-old child, as you say, genuinely has no ability to conceptualize gender. Isn't it toxic and bizarre that at 2 we are telling someone you are a boy because of your anatomy?
Part of being a parent is until a child reaches adult age, actually the parent takes these decisions.
I feel that what you're expressing is a bit of childism, which is assuming that someone has to be a legal adult to have the capacity to know themselves.
Childism is a new one.
And I think a child can explore identity.
All right, what is childism?
Childism is the normalization of the mistreatment of children just because they're young, assuming that they can't have opinions or ideas, mistreating them or treating them like property or denying their identity and autonomy.
One of the first things you said there was for these children who feel mismatched. What does that look like? What does that mean?
What I think it means is a kid, or let's say a girl, biological girl, really loves to do typical masculine things. Typical, right?
Like
she likes to wrestle, play with trucks. She likes to wear boys' clothes. She doesn't want to brush her hair. She keeps a dirty room. She likes watching wrestling, right? Typical boy stuff like that.
But these are stereotypes. When I grew up, we kind of got away from all these sexist, regressive stereotypes, and our girls could be tomboys, and we told them they can be whatever they want to be when they grow up. And we got away from all this, and now it seems to have come full circle where we're telling kids that just because they don't conform to society's standards of the stereotypical behaviors for their sex, that this must mean they're trans and they need to alter their body. Hello, everybody. Nice to see you all. Thank you for being peaceful. That's very kind. Not so used to that. What do we got here? Let trans kids play. What is a trans kid? Does anyone know?
Question. Good question.
Does anyone want to tell me what a trans kid is? What is it that makes a child trans? No, as usual, not one person here is willing to have a conversation about what a trans kid is or why we should be giving children chemical castration drugs that leave them infertile. Anyone care to tell me why we should be cutting the body parts off of children? A lot of you probably don't even believe that's happening, right? No, y'all got nothing. I was wondering if anyone here could tell me what a trans kid is. Nope, everyone's mute.
Sad.
Nobody's capable of having a conversation. It's very sad.
What's your argument?
Well, what's a trans kid, I wonder? I'd like to just have a nice, normal conversation, if you wouldn't mind.
They're just human beings.
Sure, yeah, human beings are human beings. What makes a child trans? Because they believe it. Believe in what?
I'm sorry. If no one's going to say, I will. These people are sick individuals, grown adults allowing kids to engage in this type of behavior. But other behaviors, like if a child wants to start drinking, why don't they allow them to do that? If a child wants to be able to drive, why don't they allow them to do that? If a child wants to go clubbing, why don't they allow them to do that? But in this instance, a child knows what's best, apparently, according to these degenerate people.
This is who they are.
What does that mean? That's not a definition. I'm wondering what it is that makes a child trans.
Oh, what makes you you? Nobody will like it here.
This is the level of intelligence we're dealing with.
Pretty much.
We love you more than you hate us. Why do you think I hate you? What is it?
You tell them the
about me
truth.
that makes you think I hate you? Yeah, that's what I thought. You know, it's funny to have all these passionate people who can't offer one word about what they actually believe in. So you almost wanted to talk before. Do you want to maybe continue that? Go for a little stroll?
I'm not interested.
All right.
Because you're not interested in
I'm totally
what
interested
our
in having a
children want.
conversation. Oh, I'd love to hear from you what your children want and need.
Our children want to be who they are. That's all.
Okay. So what does that mean?
It means
Like if we're
they
gonna give
can be whoever they want to be, as you should be, as free as you want to be. And we're not engaging. We don't want to engage.
Oh, we're not engaging. Oh, I see.
Yeah, because it's really.
Here come the thought police.
Oh, thought police.
Here come the thought police. We're not allowed to have a conversation, everybody. Too dangerous.
Hi.
Hi.
Local reporter Frida Savannah, Bucks
Hi.
County Herald.
How's it going?
It's going well. How about you?
Great.
What comments would you like to offer about being in Doylestown?
Well, I come here to have conversations and raise awareness about what I consider to be the greatest child abuse scandal in modern medicine history. There is no such thing as a transgender child.
Hold on.
Yep.
Let's back up.
Do you want to
one
record
moment.
on your phone?
Nah.
Okay.
So you said the greatest child abuse.
The greatest child abuse scandal in modern medicine history.
And by that you're referring to what?
To giving children puberty blockers.
It's absolutely sad what's going on in society. And as I keep saying, and as I'll keep saying, people need to start speaking up more to this degenerate type of behavior. These are grown adults who are going into the world and saying the child knows what they want to be. But if you were to give them other examples of what children want to be, they would probably disagree with that. But in this situation, because they're degenerate people, they accept it and they allow the children to do it, which is very, very sad.
Sex hormones and surgeries because they've been led to believe that they must have been born in the wrong body, which is a pseudoscientific, quasi-religious nonsense. There's no such thing as being born in the wrong body. Our children are beautiful just as they are. No drugs or scalpels needed. Historically, children with gender dysphoria, if you look at all the academic studies that were ever done before we started giving kids puberty blockers, back when this just affected a handful of kids, all the studies show that more than 80% of the time, kids with this condition called gender dysphoria simply grew out of it when they went through puberty. The cure for their gender dysphoria was puberty itself. Now we block the cure. These same studies show that the majority of these children, when they grew up to be gay.
Majority of kids who go through
No.
a change?
All right.
Or the
You're
majority?
going to need to take notes or record this because I don't think you're going to be able to get an accurate story.
Well,
right?
I'm pretty familiar with the topic, but
Okay, so the majority of these
I will read
kids-
it back to you, make sure that we're
Sure.
on the same, and then we're going to cut it off because I don't have time,
All right.
nor do you, I'm sure.
So what this movement is doing is taking kids who would grow up to be gay, telling them there's something wrong with them, which is an extraordinarily abusive thing to tell a child on its own merits, never mind the physical harm being done. This is psychologically abusive. And it's harming kids who would grow up to be gay. It's harming autistic kids, kids who suffered trauma, abuse, sexual abuse, kids with borderline personality disorder. Who knows what's going on with these children? They're kids who, for some reason, don't feel like they fit in. They're having this self-loathing going on.
Do you see
And now they're being
any
told,
room
hold on.
I think I just interrupt you for a moment. Do you think there's any room for a trans person who believes as they do?
There's
to
no such
have
thing as a transgender
access?
child.
No such thing.
There's
So
no
there's-
such thing as a transgender child. Please quote me
Okay.
on that.
I will.
Transition is something you do, not something you are.
But do you see any room for any kind of access to care of any kind?
This isn't care. Sterilizing children is not care.
Choose the word. Do you see any room
So the left-
for access to any kind of...
There is zero room for puberty blockers, cross-sex hormones, and surgeries on kids. None whatsoever.
No, thank you. Please, no.
What would you think
YinkaThatGuy
if we decided
states in this
to
country.
stop puberty in a puppy? Would that be animal abuse? Yeah, she laughed. I gotta laugh. Right? The left would never do that.
The last words he just said there is very true. We've come to a stage in society where we hold up the lower animals more than we hold human beings and children, which is a very sad world that we're living in the West. And as I keep saying, and I've just said a few minutes ago, people need to start speaking up because the liberals and the left, even if they're a minority, they'll continue to scream and shout until policies are changed, and we are seeing them being changed in this very current world. But anyway, that was another video, another reaction. As I usually say, if you guys enjoyed the video, like the video as much as possible. Comment down below, subscribe to the YouTube channel, follow me on Instagram and Twitter at YinkaThatGuy, and I am out.